Hello, and welcome to the Buzzed Cinephile podcast. We are here in Knoxville, Tennessee with my brother Joel.
Indeed.
Joel is also going into a film route, unknown at this point, but journalism. Is that right?
That is correct.
Great. As you can see, we don't have any drinks with us because we drank them all. So let's just hop right in. We did horror this week. We looked over the movie Scanners and Midsommar. Let's start off with Scanners.
I would like to scan all of you in this room, one at a time. I must remind you that the scanning experience is usually a painful one.
Joel, that was your pick, right?
That was my pick, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I thought it was a pretty decent movie. David Cronenberg, I think I'm getting that right, directed it. Cronenberger, yes. Cronenberg. Yeah, he directed it. I thought the music was the biggest highlight out of it, other than the head smash.
I was thinking about the music a little bit when we were watching it. Like, Stretch was humming the music after he came in for like a minute.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it penetrated him enough.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah, we watched this with a few other people, and they also enjoyed it too. I told Joel, I was like, this movie I don't think would work if it had a different soundtrack. It's perfect as it is. It's the music really enhances the acting, because I think if they picked anything over the people squirming around and being all like compressed and stuff, it wouldn't work. But the music makes your head feel compressed just by listening to it.
And what's the matter? Oh, help someone, please. Oh, please.
So that was a big takeaway that I saw.
yeah. I was a big fan of Scanners. I enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
I like the older horror movie compared to the newer Midsommar.
Yeah. I didn't pick up that he was homeless at the beginning.
I didn't really pick that up. At one point, I think it's the doctor that makes some claim, and he's like, all scanners are like derelicts and outcasts and stuff,
Yeah.
and he mentions that, and we're supposed to be like, okay, I guess everybody's like that. But yeah.
Discount Jack Nicholson.
Discount Jack Nicholson.
I forget what his name is.
Michael Ironsides.
Michael Irons.
He's in stuff. He's a big guy.
Have you seen him in anything?
Yeah, he's in Starship Troopers, and that's the only one that comes immediately off my head, but he's like important in that. Discount Jack Nicholson.
Discount Jack
What the
Nicholson.
heck?
He literally looked like Jack Nicholson. So, also the big twist when it was like, oh, this chemical is being used to be put into babies. It's like, like the way he delivered it. It just like, I was like, yay.
They're giving ephemeral to their pregnant patients.
I don't understand.
Ephemeral. Ephemeral is creating new scanners.
I didn't really pay attention to that twist as much as I paid attention to the one where, like, the doctor is his father or whatever. Like, the Vale character, the doctor guy is his father, and Discount Jack Nicholson is his brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that twist.
Mm-hmm.
That was cool.
That was a good delivery.
Good delivery,
Yeah.
good twist.
Good delivery, yeah.
Discount Jack Nicholson did a good acting job for his discounts.
I can't really think of anything else really to say about the movie. I mean, it was pretty good. I just thought the acting from the main character, the guy's name was Vale, I don't know. I don't think it was good.
I didn't think he was that bad. I mean, you said that, and some other people that we watched it with said something like that. I didn't think he was horrible. But...
I think Cronenberg casted him, or well, I guess the casting director casted him because of his eyes.
Ephemeral. 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 Ephemeral.
Penetrating eyes.
Yeah, penetrating eyes. Yep. Yeah, as a scanner would.
As a scanner would.
Yeah. Also, apparently, this was the first film that really showed that telepathy, like, when you use it, you get a nosebleed.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, Stranger Things. Whenever that popped up. Stranger Things.
Stranger Things vibes.
Yeah. So, that was funny.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of little things we can pick out of this movie, like, this is from that.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
big Stranger Things vibes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I think, do you have anything else to say?
Not really about scanners. I mean, I enjoyed it.
All right. Well,
fun time.
Let's rate this out of 10 and move on. I'm going to give this a 7 out of 10.
You know, I actually think I'm going to give it an 8.
Okay.
I enjoyed it that much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just the extra little nudge.
Mm-hmm.
I was there.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
The mind force. Scanners. Their thoughts can kill.
Our next film, Midsommar.
Christian says you've got this special week planned.
It's sort of a crazy festival. Special ceremonies and dressing up.
That sounds fun.
Unbelievable.
The newer horror movie.
Yes, the newer horror movie. This is the second film by Ari Aster. He did Hereditary, which is probably my favorite horror movie, at least modern horror movie. Yeah, it's about this girl named Dani, and she loses her sister and her parents.
In the same day.
In the same day.
In the same day.
And that whole 30 minutes is just so depressing because you're just like, you just get thrown into just, oh, her sister is really messed up, and then, oh, those missed phone calls were because her parents were dead. Like, it's
the real horror is loss. Is the whole
yeah.
The whole first 30 minutes of the movie, like.
Yeah.
I was thinking about Hereditary when I was seeing that, because, like, in the beginning of Hereditary, in, like, the first 30 minutes, there's this, like, Toni Collette's, like, wailing hysterically about the daughter, I guess, in Hereditary, and they do the same kind of thing in the first 30 minutes of Midsommar with the girl wailing about her parents.
Yeah. That 1 minute,
cool.
minute, like, slow push of her crying, and then it goes into the window, and then Midsommar, that was... Like, it stays there. It just lingers. I catch that as a thing that Ari Aster likes to do. So that was pretty cool.
And having loud crying.
Yeah, loud crying. Yeah.
Loud crying.
Florence Pugh is a bad crier. Well, ugly crier. Good crying. Good acting.
It didn't sell you? The crying didn't sell you on that?
No, it did. She's an ugly crier.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Smoking resin with Mark.
Hey.
Hey, sweetie. What are you up to?
Just smoke some resin with Mark. Now we're getting pizza.
Ah, nice.
That was so funny. The first line we get from Danny's boyfriend, just to set the perfect asshole boyfriend picture, is just, "Hey, what are you doing, babe? Smoking resin with Mark." So we've established that not only is he a pothead, but he's also broke. So,
in that one line.
Yeah, in that one line. Great.
The most important line of the film.
Genius.
Right there. Genius line.
Genius line.
Genius screenplay writing. Right there. Really tapped the core audience.
Yeah. Yeah. And so we move into. I love the transition. It's like
from
kinda like a
when
juxtaposition.
they get to the place.
Yeah, well, not even that. Like getting into the plane. Like she's like, I just need a minute because whatever the guy who leads them to the Midsommar festival, he mentions her
Something
parents.
Like P, it's like
And
Pele
then-
or
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. And then she walks in and it's straight to the plane.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. I'm gonna just go to the bathroom. Thank you.
And then we get there, and there are other people there, and you're like, oh, okay, everyone's in white. This is cool. And then they drop mushrooms. A lot of
That's the
drugs.
first thing. They're not even there yet. They're like
Yeah.
halfway there to the location, and they're just in a field. And they're like, we have mushrooms to try.
Yeah.
Perfect timing, by the way. We just took these 5 minutes ago. Haven't even started coming up yet. Oh shit!
We got to talk about Punchable Face Guy.
Yeah.
We really have to talk about him.
Will Poulter, I think is
yeah.
his name. It's this guy. He's gonna be right up here. Yeah, he is. I think he's the comic relief of the whole thing. He, like, I think whenever this is kind of jumping more into the movie, but I think once he disappears, that's kind of when the movie takes a big turn because we don't have that comic relief with his character because every time he's on screen, it's something silly. So I think he pees on the tree, right? The sacred tree.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you're like, oh, like even he's not safe.
There was some. I think he missed like the big festival that they went. Like a bunch of the characters went to some big festival and they got really scared of the event. And he wasn't there, so he came back and just like, I'm gonna pee on this tree.
Good for her.
Nej! Vad håller du på med? Sluta bort därifrån! Vad håller du på med? Din jävla idiot! Bort därifrån! Bort! Ta bort din äckliga jävla kuposteg! Försvinn därifrån nu! Våra förfäder ligger där! Du står och pissar på mina förfäder! Din lilla amerikanska jävla vän! Stod just och pissar på rotvältan!
The movie really picks up because I think once they get there, that's when the kind of indoctrination happens with Danny. And this is I've watched this a second time. I'd seen this previously when it came out. But watching it a second time, I noticed that there are a lot of like quilts and a lot of messages written on the walls that kind of like, hint at something happening, like
The pube quilt.
Yeah, the pube quilt.
I did a love story. Oh my god, dude, what the fuck? Is that
What is that?
a fucking pube?
Ew.
It's just a hair. Yeah, a pubic hair. Dude, calm down. Why are you embarrassed? You're not the one giving out hair pies.
So, like, there's kind of like a stage of events that lead into Danny's indoctrination into the cult. It's definitely, kind of like, oh, okay, this is weird. Like, you got to accept that it's weird. And so that's kind of like an understanding. And then desensitization to probably the most fucked up thing, which is, well, not the most fucked up thing.
The jumping thing?
The jumping, yeah. Because it's kind of hinted, it's like, what happens after they turn 72? He's like, oh, well, they go into the afterlife. And it's like, well, what is that? So, desensitization. She's just really fucked up. Because, I mean, her brain is already scrambled because she doesn't have a sense of home. Because Chris is a douchebag and, like, just kind of pushes her away. And she just lost her family. So she's like, well, what do I have? And then, so she kind of, like, sleeps that over. I kind of think that was kind of weird. That they just kind of slept that off, just seeing like two people kill themselves and jump to their death, but that's when that couple leaves. The couple that's not
They try
with
to
Chris.
leave.
Yeah, they try to leave.
Yeah.
The guy leaves, but he's obviously strung up for the chickens.
Jeez.
and then this is all gonna be cut up together. And then they have the May Queen contest.
Mm-hmm.
That May Queen contest is big because that's when she wins. They're really f***ed up. They're on drugs again.
Yeah.
A lot of drug use.
A lot of drug
Said
use.
that before,
Non-consensual drug use.
Yeah, non-consensual drug use.
Can I ask what this is exactly?
It's tea for the competition.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
Danny just kind of does things. Like, he keeps getting in these scenarios, and she's never just like, I'm gonna back out. Like,
yeah.
I guess I'm gonna dance in this contest. Like,
fine, whatever.
This society that clearly has weird rules, I'm just gonna try to win this competition. Like,
Yeah.
What's gonna happen with that?
I feel like it was almost intentional.
What?
Her winning?
Yeah. I would, yeah.
Yeah.
I would argue that. But
You are our May Queen.
Me? Yes. Why?
You won.
She wins, and then that's when Chris gets dragged away. When she starts pulling away from Chris, and on top of that, the guy kisses her. I don't know if Danny's like stuck in all these flowers, like if she wanted that, if she's on drugs too, but like she's
about that.
covered in flowers.
She's in like a flower suit for the May Queen thing.
Yeah. And that was just I don't know. It kind of makes it silly at the end whenever she's running or when she's crying, whenever they burn the hut with Chris inside, she's just like engulfed in flowers and she's trying to move. She's crying and then we finish up with her smiling, and then that's the movie.
Wasn't a huge fan of that ending.
Really?
A little bit. I have no idea how else I would have done it.
Yeah.
But I was kind of just like, well, I guess it's over.
Yeah.
I guess she just cried.
I think that's kind of why I think I like the ending, is because I don't know how I would like it better.
Mm-hmm.
We only do this every 90 years. I was most excited for you to come.
I will give Midsommar a 7 out of 10.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's pretty good. I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I originally had this in my head at an 8, but since I saw it during a second time, it's like a 2.5 hour runtime. So, I mean, that's a lot of movie to get through, and it's already slow as it is.
It does feel pretty cohesive.
Like, I'm engaged through it all. And I think that's with help with like all the different like Mark, like witty humor, like he's like vaping, like it's just like
brings a vape to this little Swedish festival.
Yeah, and he's like, they pull out shrooms, he's like, hell yeah. And just like I think he's the comic relief that kind of like you're like, oh yeah, okay, I'm still engaged. So
he's just a dude.
Yeah. But I think everything was just beat by beat, just perfect.
That is a good point. I was pretty engaged in the whole movie.
Yeah.
I was never really bored.
Yeah, because if some of the scenes kept going on for a little longer, I'd just be like, no. Thank you for tuning in to the Buzzed Cinephiles.
Indeed.
Yep.
Good movies.
Yeah, good horror movies. Yeah, we're doing this in October, so a lot of
horror movies.
Yeah,
check them out.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Goodbye.